The truth behind the mysterious skeletons in an orphanage basement. Magical creatures have long been the subject of books, movies, and television. They were even more prevalent back hundreds of years ago. Our knowledge base is so much broader today than it was even 100 years ago. We've pretty much closed the door on the chance of us finding dragons or fairies in our world. At least we thought. Here's how the story of the mysterious skeletons found in a London basement went. A home in London that used to be an orphanage uncovered something very interesting and extremely disturbing in 2006. They found over 5,000 skeletons in the basement. They're definitely not the type of skeletons you're thinking of, though. The man who found these remains was named Thomas Marilyn. He was a crypto-naturalist, fringe zoologist, and xenoarchaeologist. Basically, that means he searched for creatures that almost all scientists agree never existed. He was born in 1782. According to some, he possessed unnaturally long life, which some say was the result of him practicing black magic. He's said to have looked not a day over 40 when he was well into his 80s. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. The orphanage was originally the home of Marilyn. In 1942, he contacted an orphanage to ask if they would be willing to accept a large London townhouse as a donation. They accepted, but with one caveat. The house could never be torn down and the basement never opened. Well, in 2006, a foundation inspection was done and the door to the basement was opened. Inside, they found 5,000 skeletons of strange creatures from myth and legend. Marilyn is said to have traveled the world over with his father, who was also into the study of weird creatures that probably never existed. After his father's death, he became a recluse and buried himself in his work. The Marilyn Cryptid Collection is actually a fictional invention of Alex C.F., a London-based illustrator, writer, and sculptor with a fantastically warped imagination and a talent for the obscure. The collection is supposedly the accumulation of Marilyn's life work. He even supposedly had the remains of vampires in his disturbing collection. Inside lay thousands of bizarre artifacts. Apparently, demon babies are a thing. Who knew? These sculptures are very realistic in a non-realistic way. Back in the 1800s, you may have been convinced that these were actual remains of creatures that existed instead of sculptures. These make me think of the creatures you'd find in a Harry Potter book. This guy looks like the dog from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Eventually, the truth was out. These stomach-churning artifacts were actually made by a London-based illustrator, writer, and sculptor named Alex C.F. He created these incredibly detailed terrors for the entirely fictional Marilyn Cryptid Museum in order to make his artwork contagious. He fabricated the story of a Thomas Marilyn who actually never existed. Did you believe it? Sure, finding out the truth ruins the illusion a bit, but it doesn't stop his creepy creations from being awesome.